Hey, how y'all doing today? Today I'm coming in here and I just feel like I really don't, honestly, I ain't even gonna lie. I don't even feel like doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? But something, moved me to, go ahead and make the video because I've been kind of procrastinating and this and that, whatever. But it's been a lot of transformation going on. For real, it's like the number 5 is real prominent right now in my life, and that's dealing with, most of the time number 5 is dealing with the energies of change and transformation. And I ain't gonna lie, I used to be scared of seeing that number because I knew it was like, damn, what the fuck, it's a test, it's some bullshit going on. Because every time, when I used to really start paying attention to numbers and I used to see 5s, it was like some shit was would happen. Not like big shit, but just, little shit, like life shit. But it make you better and make you stronger and, knowing how to handle life situations and dealing with your past, which I talked about shadow work before. It just really solidifies your self-mastery that much more and makes you a better person that can help people out, when they dealing with their issues. You could give them, genuine advice, organic advice, you know what I'm saying? Because of the things you went through, traumas and different shit. And, that's what I'm feeling like is going on right now. It's service time, you know what I mean, for me. More than ever. I mean, I always been about service, but I kind of, I don't know, I think my perspective is moving away from the cynicism because I'm syncretized, not syncretized, but synchronized with such a high frequency right now that, things that's happening is like, it's weird to explain because the more you master yourself and you master this reality here, it's like you don't even, you like, who the fuck am I sometimes, because you had these new feelings, these new emotions, this new peace, it's levels to everything. So it's like, you like, damn, I thought I knew what peace was and I thought I had peace and joy, I thought I had it, but then it's like, damn, how did I get that much more, And when you come up out of this humanity and shit, and namely the ego, right? It's like so much shit just falls away, and like life is just, it's just totally different. Just things that happen, the way you handle people, conversations. This is all these different phases because I remember like being kind of not stuck up, but more so like, fuck these motherfuckers, man. They, they don't know shit, They not on the same type of time I'm on, And I still feel that way, but at the same time, I've been feeling so much more peace and joy that it's helping me to be more social and extroverted. Because I'm in a good place, I'm in a joyful place, peaceful place, on a higher level. And it's just truly limitless, because we think we like, oh, we want peace, I want joy, I want this, I want that. And it's like, you be like, okay, now I got it, And like I said, I just gotta reiterate that these damn levels, it's like you be in a twilight zone, but not from a negative way, but you just you really see, your true essence of nothingness and shit, And it's like, it's hard for me, because I remember I just been thinking about a lot of shit in the past when it comes to me and how I used to look at the world and how, I used to want to save the world and save people and all this shit, and namely black people and shit, my people and shit like that. But it just showed me where I was at the time, because I remember when, I used to really speak on consciousness insofar as the first levels of coming into seeing this shit for the matrix that it is, and white supremacy, and ancient black history and all that shit. You learn, and then you study the greats, the great leaders of that time, that day and age and shit. And you think about the ancestors and the sacrifices that they did, and it's usually like a motivating mechanism and shit. More so something to keep you going, keep you motivated and shit, But when you dive into spirituality, and you start hitting those different levels, it's like, god damn, you don't forget none of that shit, but it's like, damn, so much shit is irrelevant, you know what I'm saying? Once you get to the point, like, don't get me wrong, I would never like devalue, the struggle that all people have went through, different races and ethnicities and shit, and especially ours, our Holocaust and shit like that. But when you come into understanding and enlightenment, initially, that really puts a dent in all the old shit that you used to study. It knocks a hole in it. You see what I'm saying? And when that hole gets knocked into it, that's actually a hole for you to be able to see what's on the inside, of that shit that you was after, and that you found, that you thought was important at that time, when you were very passionate, and so insofar as finding out about different information and different knowledges and sciences and shit like that, or whatever, But yeah, I think the first step, like Bobby Hemmings said in a couple of his videos, is you come into the Black Power. You know what I mean? You come into the learning about ancient Black history, and researching the great leaders and shit like that, and you use that to be motivated, and you want to pass that word on. And I remember when I used to see people still like on social media posting things about, like Black history, this and like all these kind of like the same shit over and over again. And I used to be like, damn, like, what else? You know what I'm saying? And I had came to the realization that, through spiritual knowledge, that we all at different levels and shit of consciousness and all that. And nobody, if not nobody, but everybody can't be on the same level at any given particular time and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just not the way this is designed in this here reality and shit, And I found myself recently, you know, reaching out to somebody who I see post a lot of that stuff, you know, and who I've been seeing post this shit since I've been friends with him. And it's been like 3 or 4 years he posting the same shit. And it's good shit because I mean it's other people that need to see that shit and hear that shit, and he probably grabbing new friends, you know, that come across his post and they gain light, you know what I'm saying? They have takeaways and shit, you know? And yeah, but to go back to what I was talking about, insofar as where I'm at today and how I feel, it's just like you really just really see it's like all this shit is like simple. It's crap. I mean, you know, it's always there on my mortality and shit and all that, but when you just start tapping into what you really are, you just be like, damn, man. And it's not like, oh yes, praise you, Father, and that might not have been the right thing to say, but everybody experience spirituality in different ways. And who's to say, you know, what somebody truth is, you know what I'm saying? You don't really know what this person's truth is and shit. You can't automatically assume just because somebody a Muslim or a Christian, you know, that's all they know, you know. Anytime you get into a religion and you take that oath, you know, you tied to that shit for the rest of your life. Even if you don't practice, you know, or whatever, but it's no one doing things that, especially different ceremonies and shit. Like I've been baptized, I was christened as a baby and shit like that. You know, and I just been learning so much shit, asking questions, you know, to the right people, namely your mother, you know, or your father, or whoever can provide accurate information to you about who the fuck you are, who you were, you know, because that's still who you are now and shit like that. So this shit is very key, and gaining that self-mastery and expanding your awareness and ascension and all that good shit there. But yeah, but Shiva been coming through real heavy. I want to big up Shiva real quick. I'm gonna get off of this shit in like a minute or two. I bought this book because I was moved to buy a book on the word sutra came through. The crazy thing was the morning of the day I got this book, I went into Quick Trip, and the attendant who took my order or whatever, you know, scanned my stuff, her name was Karma. You know what I'm saying? And you know, prior to me seeing that, when I woke up that morning, you know, Shiva had came through and like heard sutra, you know, and then I seen her name badge, Karma, and I put in Amazon Shiva Sutras, you know what I'm saying? And then boom, here we have it. You know, I'm on page like 49, almost 50, and really what I'm coming into is a lot of confirmations, things that I learned before, things that I had already gained. It's just confirming a lot of shit, and also seeing a lot of correspondences and the different types of knowledge and spiritual systems and shit, you know, just seeing it for what it is, and these different concepts that are explained in different words, different languages, you know. And I know like Hinduism is very ancient, you know. So therefore, by it being ancient and primordial, having a lot of ties to the primordial, everything's tied to primordial, but fucking this is ancient and it's dealing with the basics. You know, when you get into the foundations of religion and spirituality and shit, you know, this is very key. Reading up on these things, and it's a lot of vocabulary, tons of vocabulary. But you know, I'm not letting it get me down. I just keep reading it and studying it, and just letting it go from there. But I'm gonna do. I might, you know, I'm gonna do a different video on Shiva. So many synchronicities, so much going on with Shiva right now, and not also Pambajera. And it's crazy. It's crazy how they both came up. I was watching a video, and they both came up in the video, and I was like, wow. It's just crazy how the spiritual shit work, and you start making these connections, and it's like, of course you use common sense and you be like, oh, that's not such a coincidence. That's not okay. That was bound to happen. But that shit, there is so many deities, you know what I mean? And for them to come up and be in the same video while I've been working with, you know, I recently had started working with Pambajera like a couple months ago, or like a month ago. It ain't even been that long. And then Shiva came right behind that. You know, I worked with Ganesha and Lakshmi, Kali Ma, you know, Saraswati, you know what I mean, Tara, you know what I mean? Like, but I never fucked with Shiva though, and then Shiva came through, and I'm like, damn. And that joint say the supreme awakening. But yeah, I'm gonna do another video on this book, cause I got a feeling I'm gonna breeze through it. Hopefully. But nah, I'm gonna get out of here. I said I was being off this show in like 2 minutes. But I hope y'all well, and you know, stay after it, stay motivated, stay disciplined. Peace.